Bonjour, bonjour. Comment t'appelles-tu? Je m'appelle de Copeland, a.k.a. Blackburn Rovers Seas. And today, I'm going to tell you who's going to come out on top in Ligue 1. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today, we're going to take a look at Ligue 1 and in France. I'm going to tell you who's going to come all the way to the bottom and who's going to be number one. And it's a spoiler alert. It might not be PSG. Might not be. It probably is going to be PSG. But anyway, we'll get to that in just a second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Ligue 1 related, Blackburn Rovers related. Whoa! Football, we're going to go here. Boys under one. Roski, that's right. We're going to be taking a look at Ligue 1 this year. Just like Scotland, just like a couple of others. We've opened up the Vortex, Pandora's box. I'm taking a look at Ligue 1. So today we're taking a look at where I think the teams will finish. And then later on maybe around about Saturday or Sunday, we'll have the match day one predictions that I think I'll take a look at, and we'll have a crack at it then. But anyway, I want to shout out to the Patreons. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. You know who you are, the Dirty Dozen. We're talking about Dylan Goddard, William Shepherd, LG and Cow, Bianca Muller, Daniel Meller, Cody Cahoe, Joachim Johansson, Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Russell Frost, Aztec Marky B. Mark. Hang on a minute. Yes, that's right. The Baker's Dozen, the Dirty Dozen, the Dirty Dozen. We are looking to make it a Baker's Dozen, and lucky for some, 13 boys and girls. You could be number 13. If that's something that appeals to you, check out the old description, patreon.com/Rovers. You can join for as little as a cup of instant coffee. So let's jump into the Vortex and take a little look at what I'm talking about here, boys. We're going to take a look at the teams that make up the Uber Eats. Oh, that's right. It is called the Uber Eats Ligue 1. That's right. And I'm going to get sick and tired of saying Ligue 1. So we're gonna just get Ligue 1. Ligue 1. So these are the teams that make up this year's Ligue 1. We're gonna go through them. Angers are in there. They play their football at the Stade Raymond Coppa, which usually holds 18,752 folks. They're managed by Stéphane Moulin. They finished 11th last season. Their top goal scorer was Rachid Alouli. He got himself 6 goals last season. Next up, we have Bordeaux. They play their football at the Matmut Atlantique Stadium, which usually holds 42,115 folks when in attendance. They are actually managed by Jean-Louis Gasset. They finished 12th last season. The top goal scorer was Jimmy Bryant with 7 goals. Next up, we have Brest. Cheeky. They actually play their football at the Stade France Librel, which holds 15,931 folks on a usual season. Oliver Del is their manager. Last season they finished 14th. Their main goal scorer was Irvin Cardona with 5 goals as well. I'm wrapping it up. It is Dijon Mustard. Don't know where they play their football. Their capacity is 15,995. Capacity. Their manager is Stéphane Jobard. They finished 16th last season. Steffi Mavidi is the top goal scorer there with 5 goals as well. I think he's an ex-Arsenal man. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lens are also in the division this season. Stade Bolliet d'Olieres is where they play the football. 37,705 folks usually can turn up. The capacity, the manager, is Frank Hayati. They finished 2nd in Ligue 2 last season. Not sure on their top goal scorer last season as well. Next up we have Lille, who do play the football at the Stade Pierre Maroy, which holds 50,186 folks. Christopher Gaultier is their manager. 4th last season. Victor Ossamanen with 13 goals last season. I think he's gone over to Napoli now, so he's gone. FC Lorient are in here as well. Finished 2nd last time around finished 1st in Ligue 2. Stade de Mosture was their stadium. 18,890 folks can watch them usually. Christopher Pellissier as well was their manager as of recording. Excuse me. Olympique Lyon are here, of course, still in the Champions League as of recording. Play their football at Grumpapa Stadium. 59,186 folks can watch them. Rudy Garcia is the man pulling the strings. Last season they finished 7th. It's a bit way off the pace, really. Moussa Dembele, 60. This is as of recording. I actually record this on the 13th of August, so tomorrow they could go out. So I'm just saying, or whenever they play Man City, they could go out. Next up, I think these are my boys. I haven't really got a French team, really, but I've got a soft spot for Marseille from my champions there, from my football manager days. They play the football at Orange Velodrome. 67,394 folks can watch them. They are managed by ex-Chelsea man Andre Villas-Boas. They finished 2nd last time around. Dario Benedito was the top goal scorer with 11 goals. goals. Next up we have AS Monaco. They play their football at the Stade Louis II. 18,523 folks can watch them usually on any given season. Niko Kovacic, former Bayern manager, former Frankfurt manager, coming in there pulling the strings now from AS Monaco. Finished 9th last season, which is unacceptable. Wissam Ben Yedder was top goal scorer with 18 goals. Meanwhile, they're joined by Metz, who've played their football at the Stade Saint-Symphorien. 25,636 folks can watch them on a usual season. Vincent Hongarong is their manager, 15th last season. Habib Diallo, top goal scorer last season with 12. They're joined by Montpellier, who play their football at the Stade de la Mosson. 32,900 folks can watch them usually. Michel de Zakarian is the manager, 8th last season, and Andy Delort got himself 9 goals as top goal scorer. They are joined by Nantes, who play their football at the Stade de la Ballajouge. Play a capacity of 35,322 folks can usually watch them. Christian Congref is your manager, 13th last season. Moses Simon, Simon Moses, 5 goals for him last season, makes him the top goal scorer. Nice, which is very, very nice. Plays their football at the Allianz Riviera, 35,624 folks. These are my dark horses right here. Patrick Vieira is the manager, 6th last season. Casper Dolberg got himself 11 goals as well. Nymphs, they play their football at the Stade des Colterets. 18,482 folks can usually watch them. Bernard Blackett as the manager. They finished 18th last time around. Romain Falapadabadabadu got himself 5 goals as they struggled last season. And of course, PSG play their football at the Parc des Princes. 47,929 folks can usually watch them. Thomas Tuchel is the manager as of recording. They do finish 1st last time around. Kylian Mbappe got himself 18 goals as the top goal scorer. Into the back end now, Reims. They finished in 5th last season. Stadia Auguste Deloruni. They play got 21,684 folks usually can watch them. David Goulian is their manager. Their top scorer last season was Boulale Deya with 7 goals. Not to be mistaken by Stade Reims, we have Stade Rennes. They play Rennes. They play the Rosian Park. 29,778 folks can watch them. They're actually in the Champions League for the first time ever after finishing 3rd and Wolves crashing out. Julien Stéphan is their manager. Mbeng got himself 10 goals last time as they finished a very, very decent 3rd spot. Saint-Etienne coming up next. Stade Gouchard. They play that's where they play the football. Capacity of 41,965 folks. Claude Puel, ex-manager out of Leicester? Swansea? I don't know. Claude Puel. I don't know. Where did he manage? Anyway, they finished 17th last time around. Dennis Bouanga got himself 10 goals last season. And wrapping it up, it will be Strasbourg. They play the football at the Stadium de la Manure. 29,230 folks can usually watch him. Thierry Loret is the manager. They finished 10th last time out. And Adrian Thompson was a joint top goal scorer with 8 goals. Boys and girls, and here is the league. We are going to take a look at the top, the division as a whole, and we're going to pick right from the middle all the way to the bottom, and then we're going to go all the way to the bleeding top, where we should expect to see a PSG up there, because I think this is a bit of a one-sided division. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it, but where will PSG and the rest of the gang fail? Let's go into it then, folks. Let's take a look at it, shall we? We're going to jump into the deep end, and we're going to go 11th place. Will be Nantes. Now, of course, last season, Nantes actually finished in a very, very shitty 13th spot, so 2 points better off this time around. The bookmakers have them at long shots at 500 to 1 to win the title. Of course, they're not going to win the title, but it just shows you they're around about mid-table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have around about 10th favourites, to be honest with you. They'll open up their campaign. Nantes, who are they taking on in their first game of the season? They'll be taking on Bordeaux away from home. But ultimately, I think that's going to be a decent. It's progress, of course. They are former heavyweights and in the French league here, but they've had a bit of a rough ride recently. But also I think they're on the path upwards again, but slowly but surely they'll break into the top 10, but not this season. I'm going to go with 11th spot for Nantes. Next up we have 12th spot Saint Etienne. I do like Saint Etienne, and again they had a terrible season last time out when the season was abruptly ended. They did finish 17th. Last time around. The bookmakers have them a little bit of a similar sort of stance as to Nantes. They're actually around 500 to 1 as well. Actually, in fact, 250 to 1. Scrap that. 250 to 1. You can get odds on Saint Etienne to do very, very well as well. So they have them around about mid to high table, probably in the top 6, top 8, something like that. But to be honest with you, I'm going with 12th spot. Again, it is a bit of progress for Saint Etienne, moving in the right direction. They will be kicking off their campaign on the opening day against Marseille at the Orange Velodrome. But ultimately, I'm going to be backing Marseille on that one. Next up in 13th spot, we have Strasbourg, who will open up their campaign against Lorient Lorient away from home. They did finish at a decent 10th spot, so for me they're going backwards these days. I do expect the top 6 spots to be much different than they were last time around. The likes of Rennes, the likes of Nice, and the likes of Reims also. You know, those three of the top 6 right there, they're not your usual candidates that are going to be in the top 6. They're going to struggle, and Strasbourg had a decent top 10 finish last time around. Abruptly ended them in 10th, but I'm going to see them at 13th, to be honest with you, so we'll see how that pans out. Next up we have Brest, cheeky, and this is no move on them. They finished 14th last time around, and I do expect them to finish around about that time this time around. Actually, 500 to 1 to lift the title, around about that mid-cluster, same sort of thing as Nantes. Brest, cheeky, they'll be taking on Nîmes on the opening day away from home. Again, they're actually 94 for the victory on that one. Again, that game will take place on the 23rd of August. We'll take a look at those games on their own video separately. Next up, we have into 15th spot. We have Metz. That's right, Metz actually it's pretty much bang on as last time around. They finished in 15th spot, 34 points on the board as the season was abruptly ended. The bookmakers have them around about 500 to 1 as well. Not too much different than the likes of Nantes and Brest. They open up their campaign against PSG, so they'll have a rough start. 16 to 1, long. In fact, 20 to 1 for the victory for Metz on that one. As of recording, I do expect them to lose that one, and I do expect them to struggle. But ultimately, they'll be happy with remaining in the division. Next up we have Dijon. Again, pretty much bang on the pissing nose here since last time around. They finished 16th. I don't think they'll have much movement, if any, this time around. So 16th spot for Dijon. They are actually bookmakers, long shots as well, 500 to 1. They'll open up their campaign up against Angers at home, and Angers are a team that I do expect to struggle, so there's a good chance for them to get up and running with an opening day victory. Of course, any points on the board in the early days will boost their chances to finish further up the table. But I got them as a 16th spot. Next up we have Angers in 17th spot. Of course, they had a really good season last time around, finishing in 11th. I don't really know too much about Angers. I don't know if that's a usual sort of thing for them, but I think 11th spot, when you look at the familiar names out in the French League, I think that's a decent finish for them. So I do expect them to struggle this time around. 17th will keep them in the division as it stands. I do believe only 2 teams go down. Is that correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Angers are actually 500 to 1 for the title. They'll open up the campaign against the aforementioned Dijon away from home as well. So Angers, for me, will struggle. 17th as well. So we'll see how they get on. Next up we have Lens. Of course, they got themselves promoted last time around, and they'll be happy with this. This will keep them in the division for another season. Of course, coming from Ligue 2 last time around. They are long shots. Aren't they? They are actually 500 to 1 up there in the cluster with everybody else. There is a big old pack on 500 to 1. 500 to 1 is the long shots. It's probably the longest odds you can get. So Lens are in that cluster, and they'll be happy with that. They're going to open up their campaign on the Sunday, taking on Nice, which is very nice. They're going to be playing away from home though, so it'll be a struggle. It'll be a difficult first game of the season, but we'll see. So who do I think was going to get relegated? That's the one you want, folks. That's the one. Last season it was Amiens and Toulouse who got themselves relegated. And Nîmes, Saint Etienne, and Dijon and Metz were all in the discussion last time. And we've already seen Metz and we've already seen Dijon's. Is the next one Nîmes? No, it's Lorient. Lorient also got themselves promoted last time around alongside Lens. I do expect Lorient to go down this time around. So they'll have a brief flirt with the top flight out in France, but they'll go crashing out. They'll open up the campaign. They'll get Strasbourg at home. Good chance for them to get some wins. Of course, Strasbourg, in my eyes, finishing in 13th spot. So I'm going to go with Lorient to go down in 19th. And you must expect the other one to be Nîmes. And it is. Of course, they just managed to survive. 4 points clear of Amiens, who did go down. Of course, they probably, if the season was stretched a little bit longer, they probably would go down again. Probably in that long shot of 500 to 1 for the title. Where are you, Nîmes? Where are you? I'm trying to see the odds on them. There they are, 501. Yep, they're going where they go down. They're going down in my eyes, going down. They open up their campaign as well against Brest. Very cheeky indeed. Home match though, chance for them to get some points. Brest are a team that should struggle, so it's a good chance for Nims to prove me wrong and get themselves up and at them. And again, we'll take a look at all the opening game matches in their own video separately. So into the top 10 we go. Who do I think will finish in 10th? Of course, last season it was Strasbourg. We've already seen them. It's going to be somebody else. It's going to be Bordeaux. Bordeaux actually finished as high as 12th last time around. A decent side, a side I'm familiar with for forever being in the top flight or there or thereabouts. So I do expect them to be competing in the top 10 this time around. They are actually 501 as well. They'll open up their campaign on Saturday against Nantes. and we've seen Nantes. Yes, so those two sides will open up against each other, 10th and 11th spot. So two sides that are evenly matched. It could go either way. Probably a draw, I would imagine, on that one. So Bordeaux, improvement on last season, I'm sure. A couple of spaces. So into number 9 last season was Monaco. I do expect Monaco to do much better than this with Kovac in charge. Monaco are a team that should be in the top 6 in my eyes. Kovac has got a reputation, of course, with Frankfurt. Not the big team. He kind of failed at Bayern, but he should do okay with a sort of fringe team like Monaco. Into number 9th, I'm going to go Montpellier. That's actually a drop from 8th to 9th. Decent sort of season for them. Of course, the likes of Lyon struggling, Monaco struggling as well. Two teams that you should usually see above Montpellier. Didn't do that well last season. Montpellier finishing in 8th. The bookies on this one, again, they actually give them 250 to 1. So they're in the next tier of clubs. And they take on Lyon, opening day, difficult matchup against Lyon, one of the heavyweights, of course, still in Champions League as of recording, and again that could change very, very soon. Into 8th spot, of course, last season's one of the shining lights last season was the Reims, who finished 6th. A couple of places dropped for them. They have got Europa League football to play as well, so that's another sidebar distraction. And 8th place will not get you that unless you do well in the French Cup. I don't expect them to be doing that, but they could. Reims themselves are actually 500 to 1 again, and anticipate to struggle these days. Meanwhile, they'll open up their campaign at Reims up against Monaco again. We've not seen them yet, but do expect them. Of course, they're going to be in the top 7, maybe in the top 6 as well. Difficult start for them. Tricky little game, of course. Would they played Europa League games before that? I don't think so. I think they're going to have to wait a little bit further into competition to get them going in that one. But Reims, for me, it's an 8th spot. Do you agree or disagree? Get your own predictions in. Put your own league in the old table down below in the comment section, so I'll see what you think, and then we'll take a look at them, of course, when we revisit these, maybe in January, and of course at the end of the season. Next up, we have Rennes. Again, a team that absolutely surprised a lot of us. They probably surprised themselves, getting themselves to the Champions League group stages, not the old qualifying. They made it all the way through to the group stages, courtesy of Wolves. I think they were the party poopers. I think if they'd gone through and won the Europa League, Rennes would not have been in the Champions League. I don't think they were actually qualified further down the pecking order. But regardless, they're in the money round. They're in the money round, folks. Now Rennes are actually tipped 100 to 1 to win the title. Still, there are a lot better teams. 4 or 5 teams better off than them, so they're around about this. And if they are going to be competing in the Champions League, that's another tricky. They've got to have a big squad depth for them to do well in that, and also juggle Ligue 1 football. So I don't expect them to do a repeat of a 3rd place finish. And the likes of Lille have strengthened. Lyon look like a decent little unit, and of course Monaco with a new manager as well. So 3 teams that are going to be pushing Rennes all the way and to try and regain those Champions League berths. Rennes, they'll open up their campaign against Lille. Again, very, very difficult unit as well. They've been heavily strengthening their side as well. Speaking of Lille, they're coming into this in 6th spot. They did finish 4th last time around, which made it through to the Europa League group stages. 4th last time out, 6th this time. 66 to 1. There we go, boys. We're breaking into the power punch here. There's still some better teams out there above them. I think I've got a bit of a dark horse in the top 5. Do I? Do I have a dark horse? Maybe. We'll have to see. Lille, of course, strengthening heavily, doing very, very much transfer business, even linked with Morelos as a recording. I don't know if that deal's ever going to go through or not, but I'm going to go with Lille in 6th spot. They'll open up the campaign against Rennes, who are in 7th. Next up, we have Monaco. Unfortunately, don't break the power 3, but they're into the top 5. So Monaco doing very, very well. Big improvement, of course, in 9th. Kovac in charge, and that will be Europa League football for them. Baby steps, my friends, baby steps. This will be a huge improvement. Of course, former managers Thierry Henry and co have been and tried it. Kovacic, it's up to you. If you fail, struggling in your first few games, you could be also on your way out. Monaco want to be up there. They want to be in that Power 5. They want to be in that in actually those Champions League spots, to be honest with you. And they're missing out. They're missing out. They're an island of luxury, and they need to be playing the big games. But unfortunately, they're going to have to wait a little bit. 5th spot for me. They open up their campaign against Reims, who are down in 8th in my eyes. Into the Power 4 we go. We have Nice that are nice. I do like them. They could actually go one further into the top 3. I think Vieira's found his moment. He's doing very, very well another season here, and then he could take over from Pep at Man City or Arsenal over from Arteta if he fails. But Nice, of course, finished in 5th. Nice finished in 5th spot last time around. I think they're going to go one better and finish in 4th, ever so closer to those Champions League berths as well. Great environment over there there now. Of course, Balotelli, long gone. We don't really want to talk about him. Dolberg scoring the goals as well. Key player to keep at the club. They'll open up their campaign against Lens at home. And, of course, the odds on Nice winning the title are 150 to 1. Long shots. Goodness gracious me. So there's a bit of a dark horse, perhaps, but ultimately, I think they're going to be up there. I think everything feels right at the moment for Nice, and I think they're going to be in the mix towards the back end of the season. Again, I'm hoping that the season is not one-sided, but it does look like it. Into the Power 3, we have my boys, Marseille. These are going to be my boys, finishing second last time around. Champions League football again, this group stages, so another sidebar to think about, but I think they'll handle it better than Rennes. And I'm hoping it generates income. Hopefully it generates some cash. They are third favourites in the bookies, behind a couple of other ones. And again, fortunately, looks like I'm going the right way with the bookies. They'll open up the campaign on opening day against Saint Etienne at home, and I do expect them to get a win. Into the final two, there we go, we'll do them together. Lyon in second spot, of course, a massive improvement for them. They did finish outside of Europa League football and European and Champions League football as well, finishing in seventh. So they don't have that distraction. They could just focus on the matter in hand, and that is getting into the top two. They might even compete for the title, but there is a good 13-point gap between PSG and Marseille last time around. So they have to make up the difference this time around. Can they do it? I don't know. But PSG again, will they be European champions when the season kicks off? Will they still be in the tournament? That's the question. That's the tournament. Will they still be in the Champions League mix discussion when the season kicks off? Of course, they're gonna be in the mix, and they're always a team you don't want to have in your group stages. They'll do very well in the Champions League next season, of course, this season as well. And I do expect them to run riot in the old league. Oh, boys and girls, what do you think? Is it a one-horse race, or can the likes of Lyon, Marseille, Nice, or even Lille compete with a big boy that is PSG? Get your own predictions in the comment section down below and take a little look at it as well. So then, and of course, give the video some love, smash the old thumbs up, and of course, smash the subscribe if you're new. We are going to be covering League One in extensive glory next season. We're going to do match day by match day. Of course, it is a prediction league series as well, so make sure you check that out. We're going to be doing, there'll be a leaderboard, there'll be merchandise and all that kind of stuff, a prize for the winner, who is the prediction league master of a Ligue 1. So make sure you get involved with that bad boy. First match day will be around about Saturday or Sunday, depending on if I can get the time over the next day or so. If not, it'll be Monday, but probably I'm hoping Sunday. So look forward to that. Until then, though, give the video some love. Give me your predictions from first all the way down to 20th from your League One campaign in the old comment section down below. And then I'll see you all very soon. Give the video some love. I'll see you later. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.